get started today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share because you never know who may need to hear this. What are we talking about today?
Girl, what we talking about today?
Today we are talking about why women are so angry. Are you an angry woman?
No.
No. Have you ever been an angry woman?
No. I don't think so.
I feel like I have. It's been
Angry?
Yeah, I've been mad.
I've been mad, but did somebody make me mad? Or did a situation happen where I was mad? Yeah. But to just be an angry person, no. I'm one of those people that say, good morning. Hello. Hi. I get that from my mother. My mother spoke to everybody. My mother said hi to everybody. Because it doesn't cost you nothing to say hello, good morning, how you doing? It's in me.
So where do you think that comes from? Angry woman. Why are women angry? Why are some women just angry? Like, and I mean, let's say, for instance, just asking them a simple question, or it's like they're ticking times. Where do you think that might come from?
I don't know. Because I didn't come from that. Wow. And you didn't come from that. You used to always say, I'm going to stop you. You used to always say, I'm coming in, good morning. And I'm not a morning person. And I look at her like, you woke up. You better be happy you woke up. I could never understand why you would say, I'm not a morning person. That's like somebody saying, I'm not an afternoon person. I'm not an evening person. But you're here. So first of all, you should be thankful that you're here, which I know you say you're thankful that you're here, but I could never understand why you would say I'm not a morning person and I was a morning person.
So because I didn't care for waking up early, you mean I'm not thankful?
No, I didn't say that.
That's what it sounds like.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh,
basically, she goes.
That's what it sounds like.
But that's not what I meant.
Because you're like, because I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person.
No, you're still not a morning person.
I like to get things done early. I just don't want to wake up early if I don't have to. But that doesn't mean that because I'm not a morning person that I'm not thankful, I'm not grateful, I'm not happy that I woke up. It's just I don't want to get up early.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That don't mean I'm angry either.
No.
Now, for some women, I feel like angry, I mean, when I ask a simple question. And like, so for instance, that question, what you just said, I could have snapped just now. Like, well, what you mean I'm not a morning person? I didn't say that. That's what I'm talking about. So, it go into that.
All this,
yeah.
All this head. Look, my neck be tired. All that talking with your neck and your... Shut up. Now you're making me angry.
I've experienced that with some women that are angry, where I don't know, the littlest thing at the drop of a dime just makes them angry and they just snap. So I wonder where that comes from and why they have to be so like trained. I call it trained to go. When I say that, I mean like they just ready to pop off at any time, any moment. They just mad at the world. It's like you could get it, everybody could get it. I'm just mad.
Don't come for me.
Yeah, and then I just asked you a question like, I just wanted to know like how to get to the light down the street, or I just want to ask directions and you just went off. Like that's literally how it be sometimes. It's been like that. So that's what I mean, like when I say angry.
Mm-hmm.
But I could have took that what you just said and it could have just went left. And
how?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
We need help with this. I don't know.
I only couldn't know from like growing up or being around certain women where past trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't have an answer. I don't have the answers. I just know from experience from being around others where it could be from past trauma, where that's just how they are. They don't realize that that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And they just, I don't know, they just mad at the world.
I think that's what it is too. You just don't know what people are going through at the time. You just don't know why. And then you didn't ask them because they came the way you came at them. You didn't ask them why you responded that way. Right? Does that make sense?
I get you, but then what if you ain't even get a chance to get that out?
Like I said before, you ain't gonna give me no wrinkles. You ain't paying for my surgical stuff,
Oh my
then
goodness.
I ain't giving you that time of day.
Yeah.
But that's something too with you can look at somebody's face and don't even say anything yet, and you be like, why you not look like that?
Mhm.
And then this is how they always look.
This my rest.
This is what I look like, and you thinking because I look that something's wrong. Maybe something's not wrong, and that could set somebody off too,
Mhm.
right?
Oh yeah, that's just my face.
Yeah, that's in relationships. Period. You can be like, why you look like that? Well, how do I look?
I didn't know I was looking like that.
Right.
How does it look? How do I look?
Just because you be smiling all the time, and but yeah, that's something to think about too. You never know what somebody is going through, and if they're not even going through anything, now you're making me mad because I'm not even feeling that way, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the environment. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, if you're in that tactical environment, yeah, you gotta be like ready for whatever.
Not being taught how to navigate through emotions.
Mm-hmm. Not
That's good.
Yeah, and then also not being taught how to navigate through emotion, and just learn how to talk without. It's like every time we talking, it don't have to be a fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you talking to just be ready to fight. Like every little thing is a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to say, hey, like, you look cute, girl. Like,
Thank you, girl.
You look cute, and you ready to go off on me. I just want to ask you a question. Like, you got some gum?
Never mind.
Never mind. You be scared to ask certain people questions or say
From
anything.
the way they look.
From the way they look, and then if you see how they answer somebody from prior, if you walking up on somebody or something, and you hear how they sound,
Like, never mind.
Never mind. I don't even want to talk to them because of how they sound. It's sad though that it has to be like that. I mean, I hate that it has to be like that. And I know, that's life. But it's like, are you an angry woman? And if so, why? And what do you want to stay angry?
They say, do you like? Does that make you feel
just
angry? Yeah.
All day. I don't like being mad. I don't like being mad. I don't like being angry. I do have feelings, and I do be annoyed. I'm mostly annoyed. I'm not. It's very. I don't know. Can you remember the last time you've been angry?
Nope.
I don't think I can either.
Angry
Or mad.
Mm-mm. Annoyed,
I agree.
but not angry. But no, I can't. And I was only annoyed when I was coming here at the airport
Oh yeah, with your luggage.
with my luggage, and not only with my luggage, checking in when they didn't have the United didn't have their check-in counter available.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, it's about, yeah, I'm like that.
You better get it together.
Yeah, they didn't have, and I gave them a review too when I got here. Because remember,
Because one thing she want to do is
I'll review you up, honey.
She's going to call corporate and she is going to give you a review.
You paying for a service. Okay, now you're gonna make me angry.
All right. She just said she'll know she been angry.
No, but yeah, I was annoyed that they didn't have the gate. My check-in counter that I'm normally going to wasn't available at the time, and the agent wasn't. That agent, and he was a nice looking little young guy, and he was angry. He was angry, and I was looking at him like, "I'm sorry you had to come to work today." But but that was the only time I was annoyed. I wasn't angry. I was more so annoyed because of the way they were handling that situation. Yeah, and then I pointed it out because truthfully, it went on through. I got here safely, thank God. Then when I got here, my luggage wasn't here. I had to wait. It got stuck in the what they call it, the tunnel. In the belt, right? They had to go underneath the belt and stuff, or whatever. And but the agent that I went to at the time here, when I got to Atlanta, she was very helpful. She was so happy that I was, and she said it to me. She said, "I'm so glad that you're not upset." I said, "It's not your fault. Mm-hmm. So why would I be upset with you when you're trying to do what you had to do to get my luggage?" My concern was I wanted to make sure I got my luggage, and I had the I had the app thing on the the Apple, what you call it,
The
the tag, air tag, on my luggage. So I knew it was here. It just didn't come out at the time. It was supposed to come out.
You was just annoyed.
I was just annoyed. That's what I'm saying. That's the only time I was annoyed. I wouldn't call that angry. I was just annoyed.
Angry, mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm not usually mad.
I'm not that
or
type of
angry.
person.
I'm usually annoyed. But that's pretty much it. And when I'm annoyed, I know me and my husband, we have a thing where it's like when we are feeling some type of way, we do our best not to make permanent decisions based off temporary emotion.
I've learned that with age.
So we kind of like try not to do much that day based on decision making, because your emotion, you be like, if you walking around here angry, I can imagine if you angry all day, every day, you out here making decisions. I can imagine the decisions you making.
You're making wrong decisions.
All throughout the day. All throughout the day. So yeah, no, I don't I'm not an angry woman. I could be annoyed sometimes. Not a lot, not often. However, it's already enough going on in the world, I feel like. So why choose to be angry? And I understand some people have, that deep-rooted past trauma where they have to get help for that. And I'm always going to be an advocate for help where you need to get help. And that means if that's, finding, God, therapy, doing all those things, and self-help, that's what I'm always going to be an advocate for. So that way you can see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to, your mentals, your sanity, and all of those things. Because being angry, I've seen it, and it's not good. It's not a good feeling.
I think it takes up too much energy.
It does. And it's like you already got life happening. And then on top of that, you add into it with anger. So, yeah, no, I don't want to be an angry woman.
And I don't want you to be an angry woman either.
That part right there. So today's question was, are you an angry woman? Do you walk around here angry? And if so, why? And do you feel like you have to be angry? You don't, however, but put your thoughts and concerns and all the things in the comments. Until then, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, see you later.
Bye.